to the Underscore with your host, Bryan Overman.
And I'm Mason, baby.
He's on fire!
And Mason Ringeisen.
Oh, I jumped in too early.
Wow.
Jumped in too early.
Hey, so I'm Bryan.
I'm Mason.
And Josh is not here, so
he's on fire. Wow. We're remote. We changed it up. We're clearly brand new to all of this.
What does that button do?
Yeah. Oh, look, buttons. Wow.
We're giving it a go. Did Josh say he might pop in here randomly at some point?
Maybe. He's got a pretty sick youngin on his hands. So if he shows up, it'll be an outside chance of an appearance from JJ.
I don't have my buttons all lined up, so you're saying there's a chance.
So you're telling me there's a chance.
See, I was going to change up mine since I was doing it live, and I wasn't going to do He's on Fire, but I couldn't find what I was looking for fast enough.
Straight cash, homie.
And it doesn't play right anyway. But it's
a bold strategy, Cotton.
Straight cash, homie.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
It does not. Spoiler. All right, so this is the A.S.S show, the alternative sports segment. Yes, to my wife, we have a show called the A.S.S show.
Yeah, we do.
Mason, tell us what we're going to be talking about on the A.S.S show.
Look, this is the time on the A.S.S show that we've been waiting for so long. It's Olympic time. We're into it. We've had the opening ceremony. We're already winning medals. We're counting it up. We got men doing lady sports. We got men and ladies doing their respective sports incredibly well. We've got Flavor Flav sponsoring teams. We got Snoop Dogg giving the color commentary. Man, it's a great day to be alive.
I mean, who knew Snoop Dogg is what we all needed?
You've seen the meme, right? I don't know how it happened, but somehow Snoop Dogg and Flavor Flav are the USA mascots, and they're the most wholesome thing on TV, and it's amazing.
Yeah. Let's rewind 30 years. If I had told you 30 years ago, hey, this guy that's on trial for murder and this guy in a group called Public Enemy fight the power with a big clock around his neck, they're going to be what everybody loves about the 2024 Olympics.
You're on late night NBC with the late, great Johnny Carson, and he's got the envelope to his head. And he goes, in 30 years, Snoop Doggy Dogg and Flavor Flav will be our Olympic mascots. He'd have got laughed off the air. Not in a good way. He'd be done.
Johnny, tell us about OJ. What's he going to do?
Yeah. Oh, man. But you know what? People grow. They change. Everything is always in a state of constant flux, and I freaking love it. It's amazing.
But if you've ever seen Frozen 2, some things stay the same. And I don't remember the rest of the song.
I have nothing. I think I legally have to stay 200 feet away from that part of the video store. If video stores are still a thing, I don't know.
Apparently they are. So I watched this show called Big Brother.
Okay.
And one of the guys on there works at a video store.
In the United States?
In the United States.
Now, live, today.
And I don't want to stereotype or typecast. But he is what you would imagine he looks like.
Okay.
He's got the curly hair like me, except his has been growing out for probably 5-6 years, maybe 10. Very just quirky. I think quirky is the 2024 way of saying it.
Yeah, it's very, very PC.
Yeah.
I tell you what. So I love that Snoop and they have some different, interesting, fun people commenting on the Olympics.
Yes.
Man, I'll be honest. I miss Bob Costas a lot. This is not his first. This is not the first Olympics since he retired.
Yeah. Now Mike Tirico took over, right?
Mike Tirico, love Mike Tirico. He does a great job. I have no issues specifically with Mike Tirico, but for the majority of my life, Bob Costas was like the voice of the Olympics, right?
He's the voice of everything.
Well, he was the voice of everything sports related anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you put
So,
if we were going to do an Olympic, there's an _4 future reference. Write that down. We're going to do _4 top 4 announcers, but I want to have Josh here for that.
Yep.
But I mean, think about it. If you had like a Costas Jim Nance booth,
Get out of here. Yep.
And then just give Madden the teleprompter, let him go nuts.
During like diving or
something. What you going to do here? You're going to jump off the board and you're going to go into the water. Boom!
He's going to do a gainer right here. And then he's going to go down. He's going to twist like this. Oh, look, Pat. He's a little past vertical. This is vertical. This is where he entered. That's where this big splash came from. Brett Favre.
If I had my board, I would give you an applause button on that. The studio audience would have loved that.
I would take it, dude. I'm picturing it and I'm loving it.
Yes. I feel like there was one Thanksgiving game where he got on the telestrator and he was drawing about the turkey, and I don't even remember what it was. R.I.P. John Madden.
Yeah, man. He's a great. He's going to be on that list. I mean, we've got a list of 4 times 3 people. He's going to be on there at least once.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, video game curse and all.
So just to clarify for everybody, why we say he'll be on there at least once, we try not to overlap. We try to, we come up with these spur of the moment off the top of our head, and then we tell each other what we've got so that we can try not to overlap, give a little more flavor to the list if we can.
Mm-hmm.
See what I did there? Yeah, bringing it all together. Yeah.
But
Tarico's good, he needs some pizzazz.
Tarico's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Or we need Viacom to get in on the Olympic action and give me the Nickelodeon broadcast. I don't know if you've watched any of their football or hockey broadcasts, but they are great. Slime goes off whenever somebody gets in the end zone and scores. Like, it's all animated, but then they did they do the Toy Story? That might have been Disney. That's not Viacom. Shit, Disney.
That's not Viacom. That's ESPN, Disney, ABC, Hulu.
Yeah.
Fox.
So they did a Toy Story game last year where Slinky Dog was the first down marker. He'd walk his ass up as they, 1st and 5, 1st and 2, or 2nd and 2. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
And I mean, you get more kids into it that way.
I wonder, I've heard really good things about the kid coverage for the big NFL championship game.
Yeah.
I wonder if the Olympics is just too big and it's too much to do that. I feel like even NBC, I mean, they're a giant, right?
Yeah.
All the Olympic coverage to me feels like a scramble.
Yeah.
I feel like nobody quite knows where the cut is, what's going on,
I think part of it is, for the kid part of it at least, is in 4 years when it's in LA and it's in our time zone. It's like right now it's, you get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and the Olympics are happening. I haven't woken up yet. I haven't eaten breakfast. I haven't taken my morning nap. I'm not ready for this.
Morning nap? What? Brian, you are a grown-up. You only get morning naps on weekends.
I get 2 naps. 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, man. That after breakfast nap and that after lunch nap. Belly's full. Got to take a nap.
Dude, that's cushy, bro. I like it. I need to work that into my schedule.
I mean,
start time blocking.
I've come real close to falling asleep at a stoplight once or twice.
Me too, but it was under very different circumstances.
Oh, well. Mine was middle of the afternoon on Battleground, and I'm just red light.
Mine was also on Battleground, but it was 2:45 a.m. Hold it together, man. Just hold it together.
Just hold it together. You got this. You got the big eyes, holding the wheel tight, white knuckles.
So, Olympic coverage, a lot of non-traditional sports for the U.S., right? Non-mainstream. I don't want to say non-traditional, but non-mainstream sports. What's your favorite Olympic sport that's not a mainstream sport?
Well, we're going to stick to summer, right?
In the Summer Olympics, yeah, absolutely. Every winter for the Winter Olympics, I turn on curling and I just get sucked in like it matters to my life.
There you go.
What's your Summer Olympic version of that?
Or
have you not found one?
I enjoy handball when I see it on. Water polo is that a summer?
That is a summer. Yeah.
So it doesn't captivate me, but it amazes me because they're staying afloat. They're not touching feet to the floor. Like they're having to
Right.
tread. Like once you realize that, it's like, oh shit, okay. Like it's not just handball in the water. No, you're treading.
You're treading, swimming, like you're
Yeah,
supporting yourself in the water the whole time.
yeah. That is impressive. Like, but yeah, I mean, I would say probably something like that. The handball or I mean, I do enjoy some table tennis. Not gonna lie, they get into that, and I enjoy watching that.
Yeah.
Um, so those would be my top two, I think. What do you got?
Okay. I was really surprised at how sucked in I got to archery. Like I think it just started today. They had the round of 64,
Yeah.
and I was finishing up my lunch, watching, flipping through some Olympics, and I turned it on. I'm like the first thing I saw when I turned it on was like the target, and I'm like, oh yeah, cool, archery, let's watch. So I
Yeah.
watch them, and they're shooting, and then they zoom out, and you see the target is 70 meters away. This thing's 200 feet away.
Good
It's
conversion.
right. Thank you. Actually, over that, it's a meter's longer than a yard, so it's like 215 or 220 feet away.
Damn.
And I mean, they're hitting this 10 ring. I mean, it can't be the size of a Coke can, you know,
Dang.
and it's outside, so they're adjusting for wind. I mean,
Oh.
I was just like sucked in, man. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
See, I feel like that might be, and I haven't watched it, so I could be wrong. But I feel like that might be too slow paced for me.
Mm,
Says the guy
they
who
keep it
likes
moving.
baseball. I know.
They have a shot clock. So from the time the person before you shoots, you have like 20 seconds. And one of the
Nice.
women from France, her arrow fell off the bow, like it came unknocked.
Ooh.
The clock doesn't stop. She had to like stop, put it down, put it up and fire, and she still hit the 9 ring, which everybody was just amazed by. Yeah. So there's a little bit of timing component in there.
I mean, I think maybe these Olympians are getting a little too good at their sport, and we got to mix it up a little bit. Like maybe some Mission Impossible style archery, like you having to like barrel roll from American Gladiators. You're barrel rolling behind shit. You know the big course everybody wanted
And
to do on
they're shooting
Gladiators.
with the tennis balls.
Yeah, and you got to like
Yeah.
sneak out, whoosh, and pop it.
Yep.
I think we got to spice it up.
They have that in the winter games. They have the biathlon, which is cross country skiing and shooting a 22, which doesn't
Cross
seem like that big a deal, but cross country
country
skiing is
skiing,
a
I couldn't get into it. I tried.
but it's a well, no, that part sucks. But
Yeah.
it's such an aerobic exercise that your heart is pounding so fast,
Oh
and
yeah.
the targets are tiny. So
Yeah.
like you have to like manage your breathing, manage your heartbeat.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I see the appeal there. It's definitely not obstacle course. It's not like parkour with shooting.
That's what I
But
want. I want
yeah,
parkour with bow and arrows.
right. Or like a slingshot. Like you run,
Ooh,
you climb up the side of a building, jump it, and then you have to like slingshot something and then go to the next thing.
yes.
The Bart Simpson Olympics.
I love it.
Dope.
So
So
I do have a question though.
yeah,
So I heard you said the decathlon or triathlon or whatever it was in the Winter Olympics. Here in the
biathlon.
biathlon. So here in the Summer Olympics we have a triathlon:
Yes.
swimming, cycling, and I don't
Running.
fucking know. Running. Okay.
Running.
Uh,
Yep.
but I've heard that the river is a little too dirty to be doing the swimming
I have
because
not heard that.
they've had some protesters and they were either throwing poop in the river or they were just straight pooping in the river. And so now it's either going to be a biathlon or they're going to do the swimming somewhere else. But isn't it like you swim to the bike and then you bike to this place and then you run, or run to the bike to the pool, river, whatever?
So as of 13 hours ago,
Okay.
the Olympic triathletes dove into the Seine River, which is the river that runs through Paris, after organizers declared the water in Paris safe for swimming following days of concerns about elevated bacteria levels caused by heavy rains. according to the Associated Press. So
Those
the problem with a lot of heavy rains is, I mean, the
it
old adage,
washes.
shit floats, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So when the water level rises, it floats and it goes in the river. So um, I guess they tested it. It's fine. They're swimming in the river.
I would have been like, no, dog, I don't believe you. You hop in there and swim it and let me see. I wouldn't have been able to buy that.
So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of reasons I'm not participating in a triathlon. I think river bacteria is pretty low on that list.
Fair enough. Hey, I
So
realized. So we did, an announcement to our fans. We are doing our own Olympic Games. Not going to spoil anything. We're halfway through. We've got a couple more to go. We forgot one. I pulled up the last week's sheet where we talked about all this,
yeah,
and we left a couple easy ones out that we could have done, in a heartbeat.
what did we
The
leave
fruit
out?
by the foot. The fruit by the foot. We could have done that in between events.
Did we leave out everything I could have won? Because
I think so. I
I'm,
blame Josh.
look, spoiler alert, I didn't win anything, which is kind of bullshit, especially if we left out all the events that I could have had a better chance at. All right,
There's
we'll
always
redo it, and
the next
I'll
set.
sweep. Yeah, I'll
We
sweep.
still got other events. I think you're going to win
There's
at one of
more.
the events.
I have to. It's a numbers game, right?
Law of averages.
Yeah. So getting back to the thing that kind of sucked you in, I had an issue on the other side of that where I was watching the Olympics and just got like unreasonably pissed off. And it was watching men's field hockey. Because in the United States, field hockey is almost exclusively a women's sport as far as I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm watching these guys and I'm like, you guys should be playing something else better. You don't need to be playing field hockey. And I don't know why. I have no frame of reference. I've never been wronged by a field hockey player. I have no problem with the sport of field hockey. Whatever. Do what makes you happy. But it like really pissed me off that these guys were playing field hockey.
So maybe here's a solution to a few problems we've had.
Okay.
We've got the ladies who are or we've got the guys who are becoming ladies and wanting to compete with the ladies. So maybe we get some of those to compete in the field hockey. We get some of the ladies that want to be dudes, let them do the field hockey.
I don't know. For me, it's not a trans athlete issue, right?
Right. Yeah,
It's just
it's
in my mind.
Sport. Yeah.
It's always been a women's sport. There's nothing in it other than the uniforms. The ladies have always worn skirts or skirts that makes it inherently conducive to female athletes, right?
Right.
You're running, you're hitting things with a stick.
What do dudes wear?
They might wear the same skirt. I don't know. I didn't watch it for that long. I'm guessing not, but it just in my mind, like it's just framed that way. So I was like, this is the stupidest thing ever. I can't possibly watch this. And then I turned on women's rugby and loved it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Man, I watched random ass rugby at like 1:00 in the morning one night on ESPN Plus. And it wasn't 7 versus 7. So 7 versus 7 is really cool. Like it's more of an open area. Like that's what you watched, I think.
The sevens, yeah.
Yeah, this was full on team versus team. I don't know how many people, but they took this little motherfucker and they threw him up in the air and he caught that ball. And I was like, wow, that's awesome. But back to your question of random non-conventional sports that drew me in. Fencing. Fencing's one I do enjoy.
Okay.
It's a little I do enjoy
I
don't get it at all.
What did I watch? I watched like France versus Iran. And one guy was like jumping around. They called it the big jump. And I'm like, what is this guy? And then he scored a point, and I was like, okay. I didn't understand anything that happened. I was amazed, but I didn't understand it, so I watched something else.
Yeah, no, I definitely wouldn't have understood it.
Yeah. That's fun, though. Yeah.
I've watched it a couple times, tried to understand it. I know it was a big not a big plot point, but it was a plot point in the Lindsay Lohan version of Parent Trap.
See, I grew up on the '70s version. I didn't watch the Lindsay
The Haley
Lohan version.
Mills.
Haley Mills.
See,
Yep.
I watched both.
Okay. You seem to be more mentally flexible about things like that than I am.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
form opinions in my mind of the way things should be. And I'm not saying I'm not flexible at all, but I kind of dig in a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, no, I mean it's definitely like our generation is the early Robin Williams Aladdin.
Yep. The good Aladdin.
I'm not. I like Will Smith. You give me Will Smith as Aladdin. Like I was listening to Disney radio in my car. I got a kid, and the early Friend Like Me came on with Robin Williams, and I'm listening to that, and I'm like, what the fuck? This is not nowhere near as good as Will Smith. No.
You know why? Because it was never meant to be on the radio. It's a movie song.
Right. Well, I mean, I agree.
That song
start on that.
was produced and performed before Disney Radio ever existed.
Yeah. Well, they should have not put it on there. Like, I mean, they've got a song on there.
I could get behind that.
They've got so many instrumental songs on there. It's my light has fallen, by the way.
Yeah, I see that. You're lit very differently. You changed, Brian. You started off. You look very scary now. You're scary, Brian.
My wife gave me this little bitty clip thing, but it clips and it just falls as it clips.
No, it's not quite strong. It's almost strong enough.
Almost.
Well, yeah, hey, so speaking of that,
instrumental, the Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl is literally just an instrumental, and that'll come on Disney Radio, and I'm just like, why, guys? You got nothing else? Wow.
No, can't get anybody to sing along to that. Yeah.
The theme to Alice in Wonderland, again, just instrumental, and I'm like, the fuck are we doing, guys?
Yeah. Well, speaking of enjoying the women's rugby, Team USA, baby, pulled out an upset over Australia. USA.
Oh, them Australians, they know their rugby. So I mean, the fact that we got that dub, that's
big. They've got rugby, and they have their own version of football that's more like rugby. They have Aussie rules. Yeah. I mean, they're legit. So pulled out a big upset there.
The rugby sevens. So
yeah.
To bring it all back in, while we said Flavor Flav, so we touched on Snoop. Flavor Flav is sponsoring the women's water polo team now. After learning of their conditions, he said, "I'm a girl dad, and anything y'all need, let me know. I got you." Because they like, yeah, some of us have 2 or 3 other jobs like to do this.
Yeah.
So that's why we mentioned Flavor Flav, but don't want to leave this lady out, even though I don't remember her name because she was in an early '90s rapper and Public Enemy Fight for Power. But there's some lady who has taken on sponsoring the Sevens rugby team. She's donated $4 million so that they can grow the game over the next 4 years, and we can bring home the gold and just continue our dominance in the Olympics in the medal count. We're going for gold next time, guys. Watch it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. It was a transformative. The U.S. rugby team today announced an unprecedented donation from Michelle Kang, owner of the Washington Spirit.
That is either.
Olympian. I don't know. She's dedicated to the advancement of women's sports through Kainiska Sports International. And she donated $4 million over the course of 4 years to the U.S. women's rugby sevens team to grow the sport. Fantastic.
Right.
Love it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if we get more of these niche sports some time on ESPN instead of having to break down fucking Madden ratings, we could grow these things.
Sure.
But no, we got to cry, piss, and moan about why somebody's a 99 and they're not a 95, and this guy's a 94. He should be a 97.
Well, here's what I like about this story. It's somebody who's dedicating resources to support women's sports instead of just sitting there and saying, well, why don't the women get paid as much as the men? Because we've answered that question. Yes. The answer is those sports don't generate the revenue. because they don't have the exposure, they don't have the training, and they don't have the resources behind them to grow those sports the way the men's traditionally have been, right?
I think some 7-on-7 rugby could take off. I still think
Mm-hmm.
if we televised curling, like if we had a curling league nationally, I think people would
Yeah,
be taken by that.
curling is tough because curling is like hockey. It's very cultural and regional,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
outside of those regions, it's tough, man. Because
yeah,
you get up somewhere like Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, it's
oh yeah,
cold enough of the year that it's cheaper to run an ice hockey rink, right?
yeah.
I mean, simple physics say it's cheaper to make ice when it's 10 degrees outside than it is when it's
Right.
100 degrees outside most of the year.
But
So,
here's the question I have for you: did you know
yeah,
there are 2 different places in Greensboro you can play curling? There's a league in Greensboro you can go curl.
at the ice house,
Yes, I don't remember what
where's
the
the
other
other
one
one?
is. I don't
Okay.
remember. One of Mo's friend's dad was getting into it, and he invited me to come play. And I said no, but I wish I had said yes.
You
But like
should go.
you rent the stone because they're so fucking expensive.
Oh yeah, they're made from like Scottish granite in this
Yeah,
one specific quarry. Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, we've had that conversation a couple weeks ago with the Scottish Open, British Open in Scotland.
Yep.
But I mean, hockey
Um.
took off a little bit. I mean, we got Florida Panthers, the Lightning, the Vegas. Like we've had some warm climate places doing okay in hockey. I feel like curling could take off a little bit.
Absolutely. Here's the problem. So I think that's a logical fallacy. We have professional hockey in
Right.
warm climate places, right? There's not
Yeah.
there's not a Gainesville, Florida hockey development league, you know?
Right.
Or I
University
mean
of
those
Florida's not
players.
got a hockey team.
That's right. That's right. The Gators still aren't in the Frozen Four.
Right.
Um, So all those players are still coming from Russia, Canada, up northern U.S., the
Yeah.
the Scandinavian countries. These cold places that have a tradition of hockey.
Right.
I mean,
I've
it
always had
got
the
kind of big in Anaheim for a minute when the Mighty Ducks
yeah.
movies came out.
I've always see. I think roller hockey could be bigger. I mean, I used to
Yeah,
try to play roller hockey with neighborhood kids and shit. I think I've always
absolutely.
had the thought process that if you put a game on that is 3/4 of the way over and it's a tight game, people will be interested. And I tested
Yeah.
that theory when I was managing the sports bar. It was University of Wisconsin Milwaukee versus Detroit
Wait, go Panthers
University,
versus what?
and this was like Detroit University of Detroit. I don't fucking know,
Okay.
but it was like a 3-point game with 2 minutes to go, and it was tight back and forth. And everybody in the bar was glued to this TV that it was on because it was a tight game. 2 teams nobody ever heard of or will ever hear of again, but they liked it. You're frozen. Is
Well,
your voice frozen? Oh, there you are.
we might we might be having technical difficulties.
Am I frozen on yours?
Not anymore. You're back,
Awesome.
baby.
Awesome. I think we'll find that doing the show from my basement is not as good as doing the show from his basement.
Right, right. Yeah, not all basements are created equal as much as we'd love to believe that they are.
Mm-mm. No, I do have the mesh router down here, but is this
It's not connected to the satellites very well, huh?
no. Well, now the Google thing is or the Starlink is upstairs, and then the Google's connected to that upstairs via LAN, and then I've got the mesh network, one in the living room, one upstairs, one in the basement, and it says weak connection every time.
Sure.
It's like, oh, move it
Okay.
closer to the router. And I'm like, why the fuck do I want to move it closer to the router? The purpose of this thing is so I have more coverage.
So you don't have to have it close to the router. Yeah.
Right?
Have you ever had anybody
Right.
come out and measure like your signal strength and like ideal placement and that kind of thing?
No, this was a Google thing, so like it wasn't something somebody came out and did. It was we bought it at Lowe's or Best Buy, and I came home and tried to hook it up.
Have you ever? Well, I don't know if they. I don't know. I'm sure they make Android apps for it, but like a signal strength app on your phone to like measure it throughout the house to make sure that you've got your stuff on channels without a lot of interference and that your signal strength is kind of maximized.
You are going way over my head.
Boom. All right, cool. Let's talk about more Olympics.
Yes.
Medal count. USA is currently leading the overall medal count, but we are way back in the gold medal count. Yeah, but then it gets worse as we move from total to bronze to silver to gold. Yeah, well,
I'm just kidding. I have no problem with participation trophies.
Sometimes, maybe not at the Olympic athlete level, maybe not at Worlds. USA currently has 30 total medals, which I think is the top.
Yeah.
5 golds, which is good enough for 7th. Unfortunately, after so many.
China.
Ahead of Italy, after South Korea.
South Korea's
China's
got more
first.
gold than us?
Yeah, they sure do. They have 6.
The fuck in?
Yeah. Japan is 3rd, so China, France, Japan, Australia are the top 4. Yep.
USA guys, we got to do better.
Well, here's the thing: we're spread out. We have more consistent more consistent podium appearances. But you know, some of these places they're laser focused, where it's gold or nothing, baby.
Yeah.
So you get into a communist country, you don't come home with a gold medal, you might not come home to a family. I mean, you know.
That's it. Hey, did you see? I think it might have been in the ping pong match. South Korea and North Korea players stopped and took a picture together.
That ain't good. Somebody up north is not going to get a warm welcome home.
I think they took that picture. Hey guys, can I come to the South with you?
Yeah, can I come play at your house?
I'll ask my dad, Mr. Kim.
Yeah. He said I can't come over.
But you can come over to our house.
A couple notables: U.S. women's gymnastic team. In fact, U.S. gymnastics in general. Women won the team all around, the team gold, with a phenomenal performance by Simone Biles. Literally the best to ever do it.
Yep.
Her husband plays for the Bears. It's funny. I think she's won 5 medals so far, and they're saying that she may have more Olympic medals than he has wins with the Bears this year.
Damn.
Yeah. It got pretty brutal.
Probably true.
Yeah. No, that's not wrong, but it's not nice.
Yeah.
The men's team won the bronze. The first time they've medaled since 2008, when they also won the bronze.
But we still haven't done individual gymnastics, right?
Men's individual all around was today. Japan won the gold. Oka won the gold from Japan, and then China went silver bronze. I don't think the women's all around has taken place yet.
So that should be at least possibly 2 more medals for us. 1 gold for show.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And then I know like the men's individual events are next week. We've got somebody, our guy in the pommel horse.
Yeah.
Will be participating.
Okay. So
the women's
chances to win gold.
Oh, look, we're never completely out of the race for a gold.
No. Have you watched any of this badminton though?
I watched doubles. I watched ladies doubles.
Yeah.
And it was ridiculous, dude.
Yes. The one thing I have not seen any of is breakdancing.
Ooh. I haven't either.
I do know we had a historic matchup in men's tennis on the for the Olympics. We had was it Joker versus Nadal, and I do believe Joker beat him in 10.
Ooh, Friday, August 9th is the pre-qualifier battle. So this is going to be a later sport.
I like how it's a battle.
It's a battle. So
Not a match. Hey, we
it's not a
finally have a
match.
purpose for America's Next Dance Crew.
Step up. Step up to the street. Step up to the Olympics, son.
Step up to Olympics.
August 9th, we have the B girls pre-qualifier battle, followed by the round robin and the quarterfinals. On the 10th, we have the boys round robin. Man, the 9th and 10th are breaking days.
Oh, wow. Clear your calendar. Clear the schedules. Why are they called the B girls and just the boys? Why aren't they B boys?
It's probably groups.
Oh, okay. Okay. Canadians are still in A, though, right?
Well, it's the breaking, eh?
I'd love to see what other countries are in this.
Oh, maybe they're calling it B girls and B boys.
Yes, I feel like
breaking. B boys. Yep.
Yeah.
B boy style by the mile. Smooth black skin with a smile. Bright as the sun. I want to have some fun. Come and give me some of that chocolate chip honey dip. Can I get a scoop? Baby, take a ride in my coupe. You make me want to shoot? Nothing. Salt and pepper? All right, it's fine.
Shoot, baby, shoot.
Yeah, so August 9th and 10th is the entirety of breakdancing. The 9th is the ladies. The 10th is the men's.
All right. I'll have to chickadee
Which they call boys. They call boys and girls. That's their verbiage, not mine.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. So that's coming.
So we got that going for us.
Yeah, which is nice. Let's see. 3-on-3 basketball might be the most boring, disappointing shit I've watched in a long time. I didn't even get invested enough to get pissed off. I was like, this sucks. Done. It's played
you guys are an embarrassment.
It's played on an outdoor half court. It's miserable.
Have you seen beach volleyball? It's in front of the Eiffel Tower.
Okay. Men's beach volleyball is the other thing that got me just super pissed off.
Man, we should have had this queued up for you.
Thank you, Diane. You know what really grinds my gears?
Yeah, some gear grinding going on.
Sounds like it.
I have not watched any Olympic football. Oh, it's soccer.
I didn't know Olympic.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, it's soccer.
Silly American.
USA men advanced out of the group stage to the knockout stage, as did the women. With their win over Australia.
For the men, it's first time in a while, right?
Yeah, our men aren't great at soccer internationally. And apparently, after saying that, our women's teams are just trying to beat up on Australia. So, good job, ladies. Yeah.
Down under.
Go home. Go ease your pain with a Foster's and some shrimp on the barbie.
Maybe a Vegemite sandwich.
You. Let's see. Some of the later events. Marathon swimming happens later. The modern pentathlon and rhythmic.
No. The lady that swam the 30 laps, that's not a marathon?
No, that's the 1,500 meter. The marathon swimming is 10K, 10,000 meters. It's a little bit over 3 of those.
What?
Yep. That's the 8th and 9th.
Is it a relay?
No, that's why it's a marathon.
Jesus.
So
doing 90. Wow.
10,000 meters is 2 is 100. 20 would be 1,000. 200 lengths of the pool is 10,000 meters. 100 laps or 200 lengths. Yeah.
Wow. Now, for those like me who didn't know, a length is one down. A lap is a down and back.
Correct.
Just for clarifications.
Good call on
does
that.
it show like what the world record time is, or the Olympic record for a marathon swimming?
It doesn't show, but I can look it up.
Like, I don't even know. I can't imagine doing that. That might be the most impressive shit to me. Like everything else, I think I could get out there and try to figure out how to do it and not die. But that, I'm pretty sure I would die.
10K swimming. Of course, it took me to Wikipedia.
Well,
let's just look at the 2020 Tokyo Olympic times.
Yeah, we can do that.
So for the ladies, the gold medal time was 1 hour 59 minutes 30.9 seconds. So half a minute shy of 2 hours for the ladies
of just swimming back and forth and back and forth.
Swimming, yep. That was, and I mean, we'll call her out. She won the freaking gold medal. That was by Ana Marcela Cunha from Brazil.
Shout out to Ana Marcela Cunha.
I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. And then for the men, their gold medal time from 2020 Tokyo Olympics was 1 hour 48 minutes 33.7 seconds. So just a shade under 12 minutes shy of 2 hours. So about 11 minutes faster for the men.
Does it show you the top three? Like, does it show you what silver was?
Yeah, silver was 1 hour 48 minutes 59 seconds. So about 30 seconds slower.
Oh, 30 seconds.
No, 30 seconds slower. Bronze. Yeah, so you swim for an hour and 48 minutes and you beat somebody by 30 seconds.
He's on your ass the whole time.
Dude, listen to this. Silver to bronze, the difference was about 2 seconds. So 1 hour, 48 minutes, and 59 seconds for silver. Bronze was 1 hour, 49 minutes, and 1.1 seconds. So a difference of 2.1 seconds after swimming for almost 2 hours.
I would be pissed.
Can you imagine? I mean, that's like one extra stroke. So over the course of an hour and 49 minutes, you couldn't have snuck in like one more extra stroke?
No, he looked back on it, he's like, damn it, I lollygagged it on that 15th lap.
Yeah, like I'm 156 laps in, and I really started feeling sorry for myself for a second there.
Yeah. I went, you know what? We're just going to do a nice slow in on this and get our energy back. And that cost me.
Amazing.
I can't imagine sitting there and watching somebody just swim laps for 2 hours.
I'm sure that I would be watching the highlight. Yeah. Well, no, so look at this. So in Tokyo, so this is not in a pool. This is a marathon course.
Okay.
So
there's no wall. You just drown if you die?
Well, I mean, I guess. I'm sure there's boats and lifeguards and that kind of thing. Point Alexandra III on the Seine will be the starting point of the Olympic 10K marathon swim. So it's not in a pool. It would be 200 laps if it were in a pool. The Tokyo course was 1,435 meters, and they swam 7 laps.
Okay. So wait, are they just swimming the shit river in France?
They're just swimming the same river that the triathletes are swimming. After it's been declared safe of bacteria contamination by, I guess, the IOC. I don't know what the
body who's not getting in the water, I'm guessing.
Yeah, by somebody who does not own the gigantic pool that they were going to swim in otherwise.
You know there are lifeguards at the Olympics?
God, that's actually one of my favorite memes. Like, you think your job doesn't matter? Imagine being a lifeguard at the Olympic pool.
So, honey, what'd you do today? Well, Michael Phelps almost drowned, and I saved him.
Yeah.
Really?
Hey, look, hey, baby, I stayed awake the whole time. That was my big accomplishment as the Olympic pool lifeguard.
And maybe next you'll answer all the questions.
So a couple other notable late Olympic sports. Wrestling doesn't start until August 5th.
We got that shit right.
Man, I don't know. There's some great wrestlers worldwide.
I know this is the anniversary of Kurt Angle winning the gold medal with a broken freaking neck. So,
okay, so hopefully somebody's inspired.
If that doesn't inspire people, then get the fuck out.
We've got trampoline gymnastics, which doesn't take place until August 2nd. It's just a one-dayer.
That sounds like a backyard activity when you're little. Hey guys,
yeah. Well,
do some gymnastics.
If you're proficient, you can get a trip to Paris. And then we've got Taekwondo, which starts August 7th. Sport climbing, which starts the 5th as well. Rhythmic gymnastics, modern pentathlon, and the marathon swimming don't start until August 8th.
I think I saw a highlight for this sport climbing or speed climbing. It ended up in my algorithm somehow, and yes, that shit is awesome. They are, strapped up and climb this wall. They both did it in 5.78 seconds. They had to redo it, and the other guy won by like a 1/10 of a second.
Man.
And it was like, you're watching them and they just go up this wall. And you're like, okay. It's impressive.
I'll honestly, I'll try to tune in on, what did I say? August 5th is when that starts.
5th. All right.
So, yep. Yeah, should be good.
Well, do we have anything else on the Olympics?
No, honestly, I think that pretty much rounds out what we wanted to talk about, and that's I'm good.
All right.
What do you think? You want to pay some bills?
I think we should pay some bills then. If I can hit
Beautiful.
the right button. There we go.
We paid the bills too early. We forgot to read our socials.
Hey, let's read the socials and then we'll pay the bills.
Dude, we'll cut that one. We'll rewind it. We'll, like Missy Elliott style.
Bring it back.
Follow us on X at __pod. Shift hyphen on the first
Shift
underscore.
On the first underscore.
On Facebook and Instagram at the __ podcast.
Again, that is shift hyphen on the first underscore.
We've got the YouTubes at the _ podcast.
Punctuation free zone, bro.
Nice. We want you to listen, like, subscribe, share, and follow on Amazon, Odyssey, Apple, Spotify, YouTube Music, and iHeartRadio. Don't forget.
Boom, boom, boom.
And we are now on TikTok at the _ podcast. All one word, no punctuation.
And now let's pay some bills.
Now we can get out of here.
I forgot I got to hit that button too.